Raymond Swarts is next up in the Perth Corporate Rumble 11 Fighter Profiles. We'll discuss his life as a teacher, South Africa, the UFC, conspiracy theories, old-time boxing, the greatest WWE fights of all time, cats, and his major sponsor, former PCR fighter Jason Smith. Special thanks to Gobsmack Sports Mouthguards, that's Gobsmacked, and Cablewise, major sponsor of the PCR. So please welcome Mr. Razor Raymond Swarts.
Yep.
I don't want to sound like an old grumpy person. Maybe I just am an old grumpy person.
No, but I'm still young and I understand the impact on social media. Don't get me wrong, like I'm still involved in it, but not as involved as certain people. And I just use it as a quick swipe through, look what my friends are doing on TikTok, see highlights of UFC or fights of stuff. That's majority of it. Yeah. Majority of the time is just me looking through, or sometimes it's when there's a festival or a music artist coming around. Look at that.
Everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch it?
Yeah.
Jeez. This is just the weight. Everyone's going to go, Brad with his bloody belt.
Ooh.
I know.
Jeez.
It's got some weight in it.
What is it, a replica or?
Yeah, I didn't win it.
Oh. I was going to say, maybe I thought you did.
No, yeah, it's just a replica.
Yeah.
It's, and you see people on Instagram, and everyone is awesome on Instagram. Everyone is holidaying and frolicking, and everyone's on the beach. Everyone's looking cherry.
Talking about that, I feel like everyone in Perth nowadays is in Europe.
In Europe, every single person I know is in Italy doing something. Oh,
not that I'm jealous or anything, but
I'm going there in winter, and I guarantee you will see zero photos of me over there. I'm just going to lay low, not even taking a phone. I'm done.
Yeah,
but you have a look at people. You need someone. This is what I believe: is you need someone who does well on Instagram. And then you know them as a person, and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
And the way people look on Instagram, firstly, their physical appearance. Secondly, how great their life is and how much party. Everyone's on a boat. How many alcohol-fueled boat cruises are there? I didn't know there's that many.
I know.
And I just think, you poor, the kids, they just don't understand what's going on. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
What is the answer? Don't know.
Who knows? It could be editing.
Editing. Maybe that's it.
There's a green screen on the background and they're just standing in front of it. That's interesting you say that, though. If you ever look on the screen there, just below, if you scroll down, I posted one of my mates.
Right there?
Yeah. So
let's have a look at this guy.
So that's Leo, very close mates with him. He actually during COVID until now, did TikToks.
He did TikToks as a job.
Not as a job, just as like a fun thing to do.
Yep.
And he gained followers quick, just for being you can tell, just being silly.
Yeah.
And he gained so much followers. He even got a brand to sponsor him and everything. And it actually got to him.
Did he enjoy it?
He stopped enjoying it at the start of this year. He just quit doing it. He was like, oh, it's just getting a bit draining. He feels like there's an expectation for him.
Yeah.
So now he stopped. He posted when he was in Europe. He posted 2 videos, and he's like, you know what? I don't really need to do this.
No.
There's no point. What is the point of making a TikTok, really? It's just to get views. He doesn't want that.
No.
Yeah. He just did it because it was fun. He'd like to enjoy it during COVID times. Once
it's not fun anymore, that is the key, isn't it?
And when it doesn't feel like a job, I feel like he might have started feeling, this becomes a job, but there's expectation of me having to post maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. He just didn't want to do that because he's got a job, but he was just doing that for fun, and now it just became more serious, and he was like, okay, it's not getting fun anymore.
As soon as money's involved, it just changes everything.
I mean, the brand still sponsors him. I'll shout them out. There's Australian footy shorts. So
Australian footy shorts?
Yeah, so you should have a look.
I will have a look right now. Let's have a gander of this. Australian.
So Aussie? Or just go Aussie.
Aussie footy shorts. AUSS footy shorts.
So look at those.
Jesus. Yeah. These are something else.
So that's it.
Oh, beautiful.
So you can put it. They've been putting prints on it. His favorite one is the Great Northern one because he loves Great Northern. So yeah, that one.
The drinks? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, pop-ups. There we go. Oh, nice.
I've seen them so much, and I'm just thinking, wait a second. Leo made this happen, and it's amazing to see how much influence people can have just by posting a, back then, 20-second video.
It is amazing how quickly something like that can become popular off a video that you take off your phone. Yeah. Remember the mass production in ads?
Yeah.
You had like 1,000 people here, and God knows how much it cost for a quick snippet. Now, just on the phone, something funny.
Just like that.
Gets done.
His most viewed video is a fan without the insides of it, so just the turning bit.
Yeah.
He put a wrap on it, and it just went flinging and flicked off into the window. He got 5 million views for that. I bet you we've done something similar, or putting our finger inside of a fan, but who would have thought that would get views?
I can't understand it, mate.
Yeah.
We've got a, I don't want to plug it, I will plug it, the Groker Republic. We've got a UFC show.
Yeah, I know about that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, well, Anthony, my friend.
Oh, you friends with Di Stefano?
Yeah.
Jeez, that clown. He's currently the champ. That's our belt up there.
Oh.
The inflatable belt.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Yeah, I know. He is such a cheat as well. When it comes to tipping, don't even get me started on Di Stefano. Aljamain is his nickname, by the way. He's a cheat. Right? We do that, and we produce, every once in a while, we produce a lot of garbage, but we produce something really good, and nothing happens. And then we'll put up a little snippet of something that has got no real value, and it'll take off. It'll go, I think YouTube, our biggest video was, I don't know who we were giving a hard time for, but it went over 80,000 overnight.
Wow.
And I was like, we got all this good stuff. You don't care about it, and this one silly thing is popular.
Yeah.
It's madness.
It is.
But I don't know. I suppose that's just what people want, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, anyway, Australian Footy Shorts. Shout out to Aussie Footy Shorts.
Yeah.
Major sponsor. Use no, don't use the code. Don't do that. What else have we got here? We should actually. We have been going for a while now. Mm-hmm. We should. No, we'll keep going with you. I'm just going to quickly jump in, only because I was watching the video before. I was watching Jason Smith. So you got a tie-in to a previous fighter. This guy fought Fight 8 at the Perth Corporate Rumble number 8, which was 12 months ago?
Yeah, yes.
I think it was 12 months ago.
It was supposed to be in April last year. And
that's right.
It came back. So
he got the 9 months training, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
That's right.
Yeah.
So because there was supposed to be 7, and then 7 got cancelled because of COVID. That seems like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? Thank God that shit's gone.
Yeah.
I was over that. So they've gone in, and now he went at PCR 8.
Yes.
And he fought Big Shiv.
Yeah, he did.
You know about Big Shiv?
No, I just knew he was big.
We will, anyhow, we'll stay out of that. Everyone who knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So tell me about your tie-in with Jason Smith, because his walkout, I've got his walkout just up here, is one of the most emotional things. The first time I've ever been emotional at one of these things.
Yeah.
And he actually came in for a chat with me, and he told me a story about him and his wife, and it's just heartbreaking. So he's a sponsor of you this time.
Yeah. So
tell me about that. Tell me about the
So I'll give you a bit of quick background story. Pretty much, me and my girlfriend started dating. I actually didn't like the son at first, so Jalen, who's also sponsoring me. Okay. And all of a sudden, after I turned 18, became really close with her group of friends, and one of them is Jalen. And I was, ever since after 18, involved in his life and everything, went through everything with him. Obviously, you know a big part of what happened. And when this happened, the Jason fight, I was the first one, yes, please, because I love combat sport. So I was like, yes, please, I'm going. I'm booking everyone's tables. I'm getting everything organized for this because we all need to show support. And obviously what happened with Jason and Dudsy is unfortunate, but it also brought us all together to be there for him.
Okay.
So with Jason, the night of his fight, it's a funny one. You know, people get a bit drunk there because there's a 6.5 hour drink package.
7.5 hours this time around.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Better not tell my friends that. They might pipe up like I did. So I piped up and said, "Yep, I'm doing this next year. Watch me." And they all held me accountable for it.
Really?
Yes. And they were like, "So did you apply yet?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, okay, I better do this." So I did. Thought nothing of it. I was like, "Yeah, I'll just give it a go, see if I get through." And then I got the shortlisted message, and then I sent it out to my friends, my group of friends, and then Jalen messaged me saying, "Hey, bro, myself and my dad would like to sponsor you." And I was like, "Oh,
really?
Amazing! That is the best thing ever."
He's such a good man, isn't he?
He is.
Coburn Cavalier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because he was at the last one. That was the photo I was looking for here.
Yeah.
So this is you and your partner from PCR8.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Nice. So obviously Jason, I think, was he at the last one? Was he at the one in April? I'm pretty sure I was just chatting to him there.
No, it wasn't. So I think you spoke to him end of August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he went to the following one there. I think that was the last time I saw him.
I think he did, yeah.
I know a lot of the fighters back it up with the one after they're 14 just so they can enjoy it more.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a good family.
It is.
Quality family.
Yeah.
Shout out to the the whole Smith family, the whole gang. Good on you. Something that I got to ask you: the accent. I'm picking up. I didn't pick it up at training, but I'm just picking it up now. South African background.
Yes.
Tell me about it. Firstly, Dracus du Plessis.
Oh,
how good is he?
He's so good. I'm so excited for the fight against Adesanya that's hopefully happening.
Do you think Adesanya is going to get over Strickland?
Yes,
he should. He should just piece him up.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, Adesanya vs. du Plessis will be Adesanya's biggest challenge.
Could you imagine? If Dracus pulls it off?
Oh.
Could you just... South Africa, it will be absolute mayhem.
It's interesting. When I lived there, so I lived there for 12 years. So since I was born until 12 years.
Whereabouts in South Africa?
Pretoria.
Okay.
So I heard nothing about MMA or Muay Thai or kickboxing or jiu-jitsu.
What year was this?
So this was between 99 and 2012.
Okay. So UFC was in its early days.
Yeah.
Its early days.
But there was like a couple places you can do boxing, but nothing about MMA. So on the screens you would only see boxing, all that. So it's interesting when I saw the South African guys coming out and du Plessis doing as good as he is, I was like, wow, where? When? How did this happen? Yeah. It must have happened 11 years since I've been away? Because that's amazing how good of a quality fighter he is.
Because he wouldn't have had the same kind of training partners as some of these Brazilians or the Americans. Yeah. But then again, I suppose it's still quite fresh here in Australia.
True. That's
and
true.
You've got people like Volk and Whitaker and Adesanya. Yeah. So maybe. I don't know. Well, good on him. I hope he does win. I'm not an Izzy fan. I've tried. I've tried so hard. There's something about
Well, it's interesting you say that. When they came face to face with each other, Izzy did say some stuff that made me be like,
He was dropping the N-bomb way too much. Once is too much, but way too much.
I understand the whole stigma between South Africans, like disliking person with colour. But Drickus never said anything racial towards Izzy, and then all of a sudden him saying, "I'll show you what a real N is," and all that. I was like thinking, what is he trying to do here?
How good was Drickus though with his reply?
Yeah,
he's just a constant professional, isn't he?
He is
so good.
Yeah,
it caught me off guard because I've never heard Izzy talk like that, but I could see he was trying to bring the whole racial thing into it.
Yeah,
but he's the same. I can't believe I took it down that path, mate. Let's start talking about some motivating stuff now. Yeah, not the state of the world.
Flip the page.
Rugby player. Being a South African, you've got the Springboks.
Yep.
Oh, they make me sick when they beat the Wallabies.
Love it.
Obviously a big rugby fan.
Yes. I played it since I was 4 years old.
Second rower?
Yes. So
How'd I guess?
I went through it. I was a second rower, gained some weight, became a prop, lost some weight, became a flanker, gained some muscle, become a number 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been through it all.
And you had a knee injury?
Yes.
Tell me about the career-ending knee injury, mate.
So this was the year after I made the Western Force junior state team.
Okay.
So I got called up to play in the older league. So I was 17 then, turned 18. I took a year off just because I was finishing off school and just figuring out what I want to do at uni. 19 came. Coach said, you don't have to pay fees. You don't have to pay anything. We'll just bring you in. You play for the first grade team. I was like, okay, sounds good.
In Western Force?
No, just at a club.
Which club?
So I played for Rockingham, who was mixed with Mandurah.
Yep.
So they were called the Coastal Cavaliers, which is quite interesting.
Oh, yeah. Jason.
Yeah.
Coburn Cavalier.
So we had a joint team. I only lasted 2 years, that team, unfortunately. And they said, yep, we'll pay for everything as long as you play for us. So I was like,
Good deal.
Good deal. I don't have to worry about anything besides just getting there. That's about it. Played the majority of the season. We were making finals, so it was guaranteed making finals. Played in Bayswater against
Bayswater?
Against Bayswater.
Jesus, those Bayswater people.
And
up there in Morley. I know the Oval well.
Yep. Ran through, broke a tackle off. One guy got me around the ankle. And next moment, so I was like trying to get him off. Next moment, the person from his side came in and snapped my leg. So if you just think someone's pushing this way, someone's pushing this way.
Oh, so snap the leg,
so
the bone.
It wasn't, luckily, I didn't snap the bone. It was just a fracture.
Yeah.
And then also thanking everything, it wasn't an MCL, it wasn't an ACL. It was just like partially torn. It wasn't fully torn.
Like a meniscus or something.
Both of them, and fully tore my meniscus.
Okay.
So I thought, it's fine. I'll keep playing. And then I saw how big my knee got, and I was like, hey, coach, is this normal? Like, I thought I just got a knock, and he was like, nah, you're off. See the ambulance. There was
so this is the same day?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So he was like, you need to go to the ambulance. No ambulance was there. I was like, okay. I'll sit and wait till the game's over. And then I'll go home. So my partner was at work. Bayswater. I used to live all the way in Baldivis.
Oh, jeez.
And I also drove a manual car. So it was my left leg, which if you're familiar with manual, that's your clutch. Yep, which you use quite often. I drove all the way from here to Fremantle.
First gear?
I had to go through the gears. It was not a pleasant drive, but I made it. And I got home, partner got home. She's like, we need to take you for an x-ray. This is bad.
Yeah.
Got to
the pain?
Yeah, the pain, the way it looked, everything.
Okay.
When I got an x-ray, they were like, called me straight away. And they were like, you need to go to see a specialist about this because we can see a hairline fracture. And I was like, oh, did you? Ended up going. Then they told me all the stuff that was wrong with it. And I was like, thank goodness it wasn't a full tear of my ACL, MCL, and meniscus. It was just my meniscus. But that was still a big thing. Surgery, having that keyhole surgery in my knee. And I was like, I don't know if I can get back to it. I think I'm done. Like, if you get surgery, you get quite in your head about everything. So I was like, nah, it's over. I still would love to play. Sometimes I think about it, but nah, I'm done.
You're not going to play again?
So then I was like, what other sport can I play? And I was like, yeah, basketball.
All right.
That's probably not good for your knees.
No, or your ankles or your back.
Your ankles.
Yeah.
So rolled my ankles quite badly already doing it, but...
How old are you now?
I'm 24.
Okay.
Yeah, so still young.
The body still recovers.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you worried with boxing?
No, not really.
No.
So I've also done Muay Thai this year, which is quite a lot about rotating.
Yeah.
And it's felt fine the whole time. So
Is it just your knee you're worried about?
I'm not even too worried about it anymore.
Okay.
So at the moment, it's because I injured my ankle in March, so this year. So I've been more focused on that than anything else. And now that it's all good, and I'm just not worried about anything. Now I just need to. I've been just focusing on what I need to do.
Not supporting any injuries now?
No.
How are the hands?
Good. Yeah. I did tweak my wrist a little bit. I think it was just so during sparring last Tuesday, did a body rib, and then hand went with the body and hit the elbow, so it just went down
Okay,
like
just
that.
bent it down. I think Alex did the same, was talking about it, and caught his thumb. His thumb's quite
he
swollen.
was telling me about his thumb.
Must be terrifying in the sense of this build up to the boxing event and being able to train hard, but also be wary that just the smallest little thing can end it all for you. Because you guys lost young Zach, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, with the ribs.
We possibly lost another one last night.
Who was that?
Same thing, rib shot. I can't remember the name, but yeah, someone got a rib shot, had to leave straight away.
Jesus. I know they're bringing a couple of people back.
Yeah.
Mongi's back.
Mongi, yeah.
Mongi, how have you found Mongi?
He's good. Yeah.
Good value, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's such a good guy. I'm glad to see him back. Wouldn't want to fight him, though. He's a different fighter to who he was 12 months ago. Jesus. I read in here you were unable to speak English when you came to Perth.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How hard is it to learn the English language?
I know. So
Doesn't make any sense.
in year 7 over there, so I was there for 3 terms in year 7. And if you know year 7s nowadays, they don't care about anything. So back then, all I cared about was rugby.
Yeah.
We had English classes and they did teach us about verbs. I couldn't wrap my head around any of that.
I still can't, mate.
Yeah. So to me, I just switched off in those classes. So when I moved here, it was a big shock. Everything was in English. Only English things I knew was the movies I watched. But I didn't even understand the movies. I was just watching pictures.
What did you speak over there? Afrikaans?
Afrikaans,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that like the most common language over there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So first and then second is English.
Okay.
And then third is Xhosa, which is like you notice people would click their tongues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that language.
Okay.
But yeah, when I moved here, I had to relearn everything. It was quite interesting because I moved here after term 3, so I still had to do term 4 in year 7 here.
In a fully English-speaking school.
I was lucky enough, though, with the school I went to, there was a South African math teacher there.
Which school was this?
Tranby College, all the way in Bella Ivers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down there, yeah.
So that helped because he spoke through everything with me in Afrikaans and said, okay, like this is what they are trying to mean. So then I was able to make those connections with the words that match up. And I just self-taught myself. During those school holidays, I just started watching more things and actually taking note of what they're doing, putting subtitles on so I can read it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then
learning another language must be just insanely hard.
you should have heard all the way until I was 15, had a strong accent.
Yeah.
Very strong. And once I started dating my current girlfriend, she just changed my accent completely. Like my parents, if you listen to my parents, you can catch it straight away.
Yeah.
And now some people wouldn't even notice it.
I didn't notice till today.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So your girlfriend's obviously from Perth?
Yeah. Australian. Yeah.
Speaking of your girlfriend, did I just get this photo here? Because this is going on your social media.
Yeah.
There she is, the lovely young lass. What's her name?
Lily.
Something I did notice, and I do like this, I had to scroll back nearly 5 years to find a photo without her in it. And that was it. That's the first one.
Yeah.
Jeez, because you guys, how long have you been together? Because that's her there?
Yeah, so
with the dark hair?
Yeah, so almost 8 years.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a decent stint.
It is.
Oh, beautiful. No wedding bells or anything planned?
No.
You're not going to do a Ronnie Harvey? And
I saw that, no.
just give me a heads up if you're going to do it this time. Jeez, thanks, Ronnie. Something I did find, and I found this very amusing, is I was questioning, your mates. Firstly, your mates with Anthony DiStefano, so your choice in Friends is questionable. All right, you know what this one is? Okay. This is a while back.
Yes, I think it's 2017.
That's you. Is that you at a Post Malone concert?
It was the first ever one where he came to Australia, and Lily was supposed to come with me, but she went to Canada.
Okay.
So I was by myself during this concert. Luckily enough, so he's one of my friends.
He is. Let me get into this guy. I did some searching on this guy.
Okay.
I'll keep going with this guy.
Yeah.
So this guy's by the name of, hopefully he's got a sense of humour, Mitchell McClellan.
McCallan, yeah.
McCallan?
Yeah.
That's it. So you guys went, did you?
So he was the year above me. So before, I know what you're going to bring up now. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because he used to play rugby for Mandurah, so I already knew him through there, and he came through to the same school as me, graduated, and did this.
And then did this.
I
did some searching on young Mitchell, and the headline is, School Leaver Breaks Leg After Drunken Backflip in Dunsborough.
Leavers. So I wasn't there, first of all. I wasn't there. So he was a year above me, so that was the year before I graduated.
The fact that this made news is what really does surprise me. Because I think worse happened at my Leavers back in 94.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is obviously before the time of the internet. So we could get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
And a lot more went on. Good stuff and bad stuff.
Yeah.
It was more just questioning your choice in friends. I know, obviously, with Anthony. And you still mates with Mitchell?
No, not as close as we used to be. A lot of things after school happens, you guys split up. I moved all the way up here, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get in? We've been going for an hour 17, mate.
True. It hasn't even felt like it.
I know. We get on a roll, don't we? Should we actually get into a bit of this PCR?
Yeah, let's
do that. All right. So we've gone through your sponsor, Team Smith. It's a shame they don't have a shirt or something.
Yeah.
Do they have any merch?
I told them to...
Anything. I'd wear anything.
Up. Yeah.
This team, I still got on. Geez, I don't even know. I still got the Team Saba.
Yeah. I might ask them if they can do something.
Something.
Yeah.
A cape?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, that'd be cool.
What's your walkout? Not your music, but have you got like a planned walkout there? Are they going to be there? Maybe get an entourage of the whole Smith family. Come out in a silk
cheer squad.
Yeah, come in those those silk robes that they wear.
Yeah,
that's it. And then just like one after the other, just trailing.
Become like Undertaker, and they take off all my clothes.
You're the only one that fights without a shirt on. Tell me the reasons behind you applying to fight someone in a ring.
Yes.
On October 7, 2023, major sponsor, Gobsmack Sport Mouthguards. That's Gobsmacked.
Yeah.
Tell me the reasons behind your application.
So the reason why is because seeing Jason get into that ring was pretty motivating for me, as well as being drunk. But yes, mainly seeing Jason being able to do it at the age he is and the motivation he had behind it just inspired me, and I was willing to do it, as well as I do want to have my first amateur fight, be there to see how it is. I hear a lot of good stories about it. It's a lifetime experience about getting in a ring and fighting another person. So that was a major thing that made me want to apply for this.
It's a major accomplishment to just get in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand. In front of that many people. I'm not trying to get you worried or anything, but it is a major thing.
Yeah.
Jason, just going back to Jason Smith. He didn't get the win in that fight, but I've never seen... There'd be few that took it as well as him, with so much emotion and everything involved. He took it like an absolute champ. Did they get fight of the night? No, he got the... Is it the Alan Pond medal?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah. It's a shame he slipped, though. It didn't count as a knockdown in the first round. But anyway, I wasn't too happy about it.
Don't get me started on the judges. Or the scorers. No, or the ref. No. No. I'm not allowed to comment on any of that kind of stuff. You have been to a PCR event before?
Yes.
Is it just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
So you know what you're in for.
And I know what my friends are in for as well.
It must be, I suppose, a bit more comforting to know what you're going into. Because imagine turning up for the first time and seeing that.
Yeah. It's a crazy environment. Like your friends yelling and screaming.
So hostile.
Yeah.
And it's different. Boxing is different for them. Because it's one thing for you to be playing rugby or playing basketball, but to be boxing where your health is being put at risk here.
Yeah.
How do you think your partner's going to go?
She reckons she's excited. She understands also all the safety that is involved in it. With
It's not a backyard job.
Yeah, exactly. So she knows KOs aren't really going to happen much in this. Or has it ever happened? I don't know. It has?
3.
She didn't know about it.
Sorry, 0.
0, yeah.
When I say KO, I mean there's been 3 stoppages.
Yeah.
There's no one's been
Like
flatlined or anything like that.
So, see, that's the main thing she was worried about, like, with me doing Muay Thai is getting to the point where you get flatlined, knocked out. She understands the safety, so she's just really excited for the night and pretty much proud of me for doing it. So she's, I'll bet you on the night, though, she'll be nervous.
Oh, yeah.
When I walk out, she'll be like, oh.
I'm nervous. I can't believe it. I get really nervous before the fights, and I'm just on the sideline. Not even. What do your family and friends say about you fighting?
My friends were so excited, obviously, because I followed up with what I said.
Backed it up. I like it. Yeah.
My parents, they were a bit like, oh, this sounds a bit serious. Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing experience. And they were like, oh, that's good. We'll come. So they're luckily coming. I messaged my grandpa about it because he loves boxing. And I said to him, hey, just letting you know, I'm actually doing a boxing fight. And he was like, what? Are you serious? So they're all backing me for this fight. And whatever the outcome is, they'll still be proud of me for just getting in the ring.
Oh, yeah, they got to be. You mentioned your grandpa there. You did message me before saying that you guys used to watch the old boxing videos. What era are we talking?
Oh, so obviously this was around 2000 and 2010, but we would watch, obviously, big events that happened during that time, but we would watch Muhammad Ali era all the way up until Mike Tyson era.
Really?
Like, we would watch some old black and grey tapes.
They're the golden days of boxing, weren't they?
Yeah.
That was so good. When did it turn? I mean, you got some excellent boxers nowadays. Like you got your Canelos, Crawford's looking outstanding. Costa Zoos, both his sons are coming through.
I know.
Look, Savage Nikita's fighting this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Is it this weekend?
I think it is.
Yeah, it is this weekend. But
what about Jake Paul?
You know what?
You didn't mention him.
You know what? I do like Jake Paul.
No,
only because of what he's done for boxing. He has taken it. He's taken one of the oldest sport probably one of the oldest sports in the world that's still going, and made it relevant to today's.
And I feel like that's why boxing is such a big thing nowadays as well. All these YouTubers has made this sport like got a even bigger name than it used to have, because it did die down a little bit. Like, you didn't hear much.
When the UFC came in.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, at one point I didn't even know, after Klitschko lost the belt, I couldn't have told you who the heavyweight champ was.
Yeah.
I didn't see Fury fighting until he fought Wilder. So I think, I know a lot of people get on Jake Paul's case, but I think he has done more for boxing in the last, say, 5 years than anyone else.
Yeah.
How can more people be interested in Jake Paul than in Canelo?
Yeah. Views. Social media.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But I don't know. I like Jake Paul.
Yeah. Good character.
I think he's got to, if he wants to be taken seriously, though, he's got to start fighting some better people.
Oh, for sure. Obviously, he's got the whole thing with the other YouTuber KSI, but he's probably got to get that out of the way. But his end goal is still to become a champion, which is good to hear, because that means he's still involved in the sport. He just doesn't want to do it for views and money.
He's a good boxer.
He is.
That's what people think. He's just a hack. He used to be, when he fought Ben Askren, I thought, this guy's not that great. Yeah. But seeing him now, I think, geez, this Tommy Fury, he's no joke.
I know.
He's done well.
I know
he lost to Tommy Fury.
But
that fight against Nate Diaz. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz. Don't even get me started on the Diaz,
but if you didn't watch Nate Diaz, just watching Jake's whole stance and everything, like shoulder to the chin, ready up here, you can tell he's already comfortable. He had his arm down here the whole time. He didn't have it up at all.
I think it's he's obviously got the funding behind it, so he can just commit every moment to boxing. Didn't have to go through any of the the other stuff, like all the struggling for money, working a second job.
Yeah.
He could be good.
Given to him.
Do you reckon he'd pass a USADA test? No, neither do I.
Yeah.
He's a bit too jacked for my liking.
Yeah.
Maybe he could drop down a bit, get a bit quicker.
Yeah, and I think he could if he tried to.
He's still hampered. He's in a position where he can choose his opponents.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful position to be in.
And be a main event.
If you're not a champ. Yeah. And he's getting some good names on the undercard.
Yeah.
Heather Hardy fought on his undercard. Big fan of Heather Hardy.
The Serrano sisters. He's helped her so much in getting female boxing out there, which is amazing. That's yet again he's had an imprint on boxing. She was like what 48-0 with 40 knockouts. No one knew about her.
No,
yeah,
she's the one that took the belt off Heather Hardy.
Yeah,
Heather Hardy. It broke my heart when she lost, but Serrano is. How can someone be that good, like the most dominant female in the world, and no one has any idea who she is?
Yeah,
madness. Good on you, Jake Paul. I know you watch all these Jakes. So shout out to Jake Paul. So you've got some Muay Thai experience. I was going to step back a bit. When I said that, is your partner or anything worried? I used to play rugby when I was younger. I don't think a boxing match could be more dangerous, or you would have more. You'd get hurt more in a boxing match than you would in a top-level rugby game.
Yeah.
Do you remember the head knocks we used to get?
Yeah.
Get in the back of the head, someone run their boots down your neck.
Yep.
Rugby, I mean, without helmet, towards the end I played with a helmet, but I think what you cop on the rugby field is worse than anything you're going to cop in a boxing ring, especially at that level with headgear.
Yeah. I think it's because I'm a big boy. For me, maybe for her, she was like, oh, he's the biggest. He's not going to get into much trouble in rugby. Like, he'll destroy most of them. But the fact that it's now in a cage, or not a cage, in a ring with someone the same size as me, I thought it might worry her a bit more, but she understands, yet again, the safety behind it. So,
but a smaller person, I've had a smaller person sort me out before.
Yep.
So I have no doubt that size does help, but it is not everything.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be fine, mate. And like I said, there's good doctors there. The ref's always looking after you. If you see something he doesn't like, he'll stop it. Yeah. Some say a bit early. I think he does a good job. We won't go into that. Yep. Have you got any connections to any of the PCR, like the organisers, like your Glenn or your Nige or Chris, Craig?
No, I just know that Jason has a link to Glenn.
Yep.
So that's about it. Yeah, I don't have any connections with anyone else in there. I used to have a connection with Zach, who pulled out, but because I just knew him from a friend group who also knew everyone in Counter. With
Counterbalance.
Yeah, Counterbalance. So yeah, that's the only connections that I have from this whole crew.
Zach was coming along well.
Yes.
I saw Zach on the first day and I was thinking, I don't know how this is going to go. And then I saw him in week 3 and I went, oh, he's doing well.
But he told me him doing classes for Counterbalance has helped him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a shame he's rib.
It would have been good to get you guys on the same card.
Yeah.
Especially with DeStefano commentating as well. Jeez, imagine that. Imagine how one-sided that commentary would have been. How have you found Glenn and Nige?
Good. Very good coaches. Usually on Tuesdays, Glenn is in a mood, so he would like sparring.
Have you sparred with him yet?
No, I unfortunately haven't, because I was waiting quite a while for the mouth guard. Okay. And then it was ready last week and I was ready to get in, and then we started sparring against other people. So hopefully in the future I will, or the next couple of days, if he jumps in there, I'll go for it.
I think as soon as those teams get split, it's just the training ramps up like you would not believe in those straight after that.
Yeah.
All right. So, and Nige, how have you going with Nige?
Nige's good.
They're different personalities, aren't they?
They're almost like a yin and yang to each other. Yeah.
And Craig and Chris are the same.
I know. It's good to see, because we kind of need that for the first 4 weeks to see the two sides and how they roll. And it will be interesting to see the teams and who like gets who as a coach.
Do you have a preference?
Nah, not really.
Sure you do. You told me red.
No.
Blue then, okay.
No.
Whichever team you're on, you know you're in safe hands.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They got very different styles as well. Whereas the blue team, this is just my opinion, but blue team has been a lot more. When I say dirty fighters, I'm not saying illegal fighters, but the real scrappy kind of get in there, and it seems to be a little bit more finesse with the red team.
Yeah.
And the jab.
Yeah.
They utilised that jab last PCR, and it absolutely dominated on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I watched a couple of fights in the last PCR, like on YouTube, and I could see, the jab.
Just it's been underused, I think, for many years. I mean, I can always be an expert on the sidelines. But from what I saw, very good.
Yeah.
How have you gone with eating and drinking? Like, have you changed it up?
Yeah, so no drinking this whole time. Eating, the major thing about me was portion sizes.
Yep.
Obviously, big boy, need to eat a lot. So I cut out quite a bit of portion size. As well, no junk food. Obviously, if I go hang out with friends and we go to a restaurant, making sure I get a salad or a steak. So just making healthier choices has helped a lot, and it's shown. I've dropped 10 kilograms since orientation.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a massive amount.
And that's just by cutting out bad food, drinking, and obviously training. Yeah.
It is amazing how quick you drop it.
It is.
You feel better?
Yeah.
A lot lighter?
Yeah.
What was your diet like prior?
It was very similar, but just portion sizes were quite big, as well as weekends were...
A few drinks?
Yeah, a few drinks, going out for dinner, having burgers, stuff like that. So now that's gone out the door.
From what I know, obviously being South African, the South Africans I know, they love to eat.
Yep.
They love their food. They love, and they're big, solid people. They're not overweight. They're just big, strong people.
Yeah.
So how does it, like, do you go home to have dinner with mum and dad or something once a week?
They are all the way down in Rockingham, so not quite as often.
Yeah.
But we'll catch up for usually for breakfast and stuff. They don't really make South African dishes quite often because South African dishes take quite a while, and during weekends they don't really feel like it. They just want to relax. But it's also kind of helped me during this time, because if I got a South African dish in front of me, oh boy, I'll be tucking in.
That is the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just not to overeat.
Yeah.
And is the level of training now a lot harder than, or not a lot harder, but a lot more than what you're normally doing?
So what I used to do is for Muay Thai, I would try, it's up to how I feel after work, I'll try and go every day after school just for Muay Thai training, because it's usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I would go to maybe 2 because I'd be tired. Just wouldn't be mentally wanting to go. And then on Mondays, I usually play basketball after school. So that was just 3, maybe 4 sometimes a week I would train. The Muay Thai training is very similar to this. Same intensity, except this is a bit more fitness than what I was used to. So that was a big shock to me. But now 6 days of training, this and 1 of basketball. So
what's your gas tank like?
7. Ooh, I thought it was good until last night when I was training and had to do quick speed rounds on pads. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm cooked.
It's 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound much.
I know.
It is so long.
Yep. Yeah. I need to work on my gas tank a bit more, I reckon. So we're 5 weeks out. I think I can change it.
A month and a day out.
Yeah.
That's not long.
I know.
What the difference is between, say, fighting for 6 minutes on a bag versus someone coming at you. It's completely different.
Is. I noticed that with sparring. Currently, with sparring, the first thing we do is sparring. So with another person, and then after that, bag work. Then after that, it's speed rounds on a bag or pads.
Sparring's going to get you tired quicker than anything.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being absolutely exhausted and then someone gives you one in the breadbasket?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I would just keel over.
Yeah.
6 minutes. It just must feel like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Everyone is taking it a lot more seriously. I went back and looked at some of the fights from the earlier PCRs, like from, say, 3-4 years ago.
Yep.
And round 3 was when the fight was won and lost. And you could always see how gassed, especially some of the bigger boys.
Yeah.
They could barely lift their arms up in that third round. Whereas I think people see now the importance of that fitness.
Yeah.
And you're fighting to win as well. So you got to work out ways to win, like people. And I saw it with some of the girls last time more than anything. Is you could see them hold back and then trying to snatch the round at the end of each round, as you do, as I would as well.
Yeah.
But there's a real game plan in there now as well.
There is.
So it's just stepping up.
Yeah.
Quality's getting better and better.
I just want to say the girls have got some power. Wow. I got hit with a shot last week and I have a bruise from it. I was
Who
like,
did
wow.
that to you? Bella?
Yep.
The Bella, I'm making this call a month out. Fight of the night, Bella against Danielle. Have you met Danielle?
Maybe if you have a photo, I'll put a name to the face.
I know she was away. There's some people holidaying as well.
Yeah. Similar age?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle is an excellent fighter, and Bella is an excellent fighter. That one there will be...
That'll be good.
That'll be very good.
I want to sit out there and watch it. Hopefully I can.
Any idea where you're going to be fighting on the night? Anywhere you want to fight on the night? I don't know. It's... Kick off with some heavyweights, I reckon.
Well, there'll be a few heavyweight fights.
Yeah.
So, kick off, maybe. I wouldn't mind doing it straight away, but the thing is, I would want to go watch everyone else. So, if I can get it done, over and done with first thing, cool, that would be great. Or even if it's like near the end, near the main event, that's also good because I get to watch it and then go in and obviously warm up. But I don't know.
I think everyone normally misses one fight.
Yeah.
That's what they'll do. Because if you fight first, more fight two's on, you are up.
Yeah.
Having your shower, getting your suit on, ready to go.
Yeah.
So I think traditionally it was the females that kicked off the card, but then at the one, I'm pretty sure it was at that one that Jason was at, fought in. Was the one after? Anyway, two guys actually kicked it off. James Wells against Michael. So I'm not sure. Whatever the structure is, it seems to work. And sometimes some of the first couple of fights will set the scene for the rest of the night. And you guys are going to be invested in every single fight now because you've got your close mates. You are going to be so one-eyed towards your team.
Yeah.
So you're going to watch every fight.
It's a problem though. Like majority of us have already made friends with everyone there. So by being able to flip that switch and be like, "You're my enemy now," it's going to be a bit difficult because it's good though. With 4 weeks, knowing who you're versing in 4 weeks ahead is good because then you can just forget about. All right, I actually have to beat this guy. I can't just spar him and be nice to him. I have to actually hit him. Because with my sparring, after hearing all the injuries that's happened, like I tone it down a bit. I go to 30%. I don't want to actually give power or too much power. So while some of them actually do give power, so I know what I'm in for with majority of the big boys.
Okay.
Which hopefully they don't because I haven't used my power.
Keeping a secret here.
Unless... Obviously on pads, if they're holding pads, I do let it out a bit.
Yep.
So some of them might know, but I don't know what it's like towards them.
You can putting the friendship aside for that 6 minutes is tough.
Yeah.
But people have managed to do it. When it is odd because traditionally if you're fighting someone, you've got a problem with them.
Yeah.
But we've had two close friends fight with Ash and Sam, and had two housemates fight in the last one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with Riley and they just posted a photo of those two. They're together. Yeah, they're on some mountain and they've got their shirts on.
Blue and red shirt, yeah.
That was a close fight. I think Daniel Doomsday got the nod from the judges. Some question that decision. I was one of them. I think Easy Bake's got it. Anyway, any mental changes that you've had, like? You are training a lot, so you obviously know the importance of physical activity. Yeah. But how have you gone with like focus? Are you changing mentally the way you're looking at things?
So focused, I've been quite focused on eat, sleep, work, train, repeat. That's been my focus for the last 4 weeks. Confidence have gone up and down. I've been hit with a couple of shots where I'm like, oh, am I good at this? Or what am I doing wrong? Am I going to get my ass beaten during the event? And then sometimes the next day, or the day after, the sparring would go well, and I'll be like, oh, my confidence is all the way high. I'm ready.
It's a roller coaster of emotion you guys are going through.
So confidence have been up and down, but I feel like once we get into those teams, confidence and focus will be even more heightened than it currently is. Yeah. Because the confidence, one, I know who I'm going to fight, so I kind of already seen some glimpses, and then the focus will be that person.
Do you have an idea who it's going to be?
So
I don't know, by the way. I have no idea. I stay out of all of this stuff.
So there's 4 of us big boys that I only thought there was... No, 4 of us.
There's you, Rory,
Vince
and Richard.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was just us 4. So I was like thinking about it. All right. Rory is, when he weighed in, he was 140.
Yeah.
Vince, oh no, not Vince. Ricky was 120 something when we first weighed in. And then Vince and I was both 118 when we weighed in.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if it's just going to be, if I'm doing my calculations correct, it'll be me and Vince. But then all of a sudden there's 6 now that's in the same weight class as us.
Because you guys have dropped the weight.
Yeah.
So Trent's in there now.
Trent's in there, and he was your first person. Yeah.
Billy.
Yeah.
Billy Quincroft.
So
he'll just get in your ear and just chat the whole time.
So I've sparred against Billy. I think that would be good. We both are light on our feet, like to dance around a bit. Trent, power.
Oh, yeah.
Vince, power right hand. Ricky, power jab. And then Rory, powerhouse.
He's a big boy, isn't he? He's a big boy.
So
I thought it might have been Vince. I could be wrong, but I thought it may have been Vince.
So have I. And then yesterday, so he didn't do the sparring on Tuesday where the coaches were standing there with the iPads matching stuff up.
Yeah.
Vince wasn't there. And then yesterday he went in and sparred, but I wasn't picked for him.
Okay.
So I was wondering.
Who's taken the coaching yesterday?
Glenn.
Okay.
Oh, well, he was doing the sparring, and then can't remember. Some of the other 2 boys did the assistant coaches. They took the training.
Okay.
But Vince got them partnered up with Ricky to do sparring and another bloke. So I was like, what about me?
You didn't get a chance to
Yeah, let me go.
Maybe they've seen enough, mate.
Yeah.
Maybe they
But
have.
I didn't do well on that sparring that day. My confidence was low. I wasn't focused. I had a bit of a cold that day. So I didn't really show much. So it was interesting. But we'll wait and see. So Glenn said to us, he's going to tell us before next Thursday, like each of us. And I'm like, I don't really want to know. I want to know on Thursday when I get called out. I'm hoping I get called out. I don't want to be the one calling anyone out. Because I've seen the Instagram post from last one, and I saw the guys calling each other out, and I'm like, I don't want to make, like, obviously the coaches make the decision, but I don't want to be the one calling out someone.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think they were doing that as a bit of a joke last time as well. So
okay.
there's no animosity between any of the guys.
Yeah.
So.
Of course.
With this step up in training, personal sacrifices have to be made. What has gone on the back burner during your training and will continue to go on the back burner for the next 1 month and 1 day?
So my birthday was during training camp already.
Happy birthday, mate. When was that?
22nd of August.
Okay.
So,
early days, yeah?
Yeah. So that was quite a bit of a sacrifice. I couldn't drink, had to eat right, couldn't have a birthday cake.
Not even cake?
Not even, well, I had a cupcake.
Bit of cake.
I had a cupcake. But yeah, it was a bit of a sacrifice because I was like, it's my birthday, but I've got training. I can't go anywhere. I have to go to training.
Birthday's still a big thing in your 20s.
Yeah. Oh, Not really. I'm feeling like I'm starting to get old now.
But isn't it the time when all the mates get together and they put in that a bit of extra effort to go out?
No, maybe not our group. Our group has retired from the going out phase. We're all feeling like we're getting a bit old for it because now there's like 18-year-olds around and we're like, whoa, they were in primary school when we finished high school.
How weird's that? First time you see them in a nightclub.
Yeah. Jeez. So there's that. One of our friends just had a 21st birthday. I was just on the waters the whole day, whole night. I've got a music festival coming up. Yet again, we'll probably just be on the water the whole time. So it's just about doing the right thing to be mentally, physically ready for that fight, mainly because that music event is 2 weeks before the fight.
Okay. How much better, though, do you feel when you're on the waters? How good the next day you go, thank God I did that.
I woke up Saturday morning and I was like, oh, I'm refreshed.
It's a small sacrifice, really. It is a small sacrifice.
Yeah.
And could you imagine the regret you would have if you got in the ring and you go, I could have done more?
Yeah, yeah. That's what the coaches keep saying. Yeah.
And it will happen. And there are some people, I'm not going to name them, but I know who they are. Yeah. There are some people that just thought, oh, yeah, I'll keep having a couple of drinks now and then. And it shows on the night.
So this comes back to Jason motivating. He cut it out. And he's a man that likes his Corona. So
he does like a drink. He's been after his fight, he was smashing him.
I'll be too. But yeah, just seeing him giving that up, I was like, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Just give it up. There's no point.
No.
There's no point.
Such a small period of time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, my son is just absolutely tormenting my cat outside that door. That's what that noise was. Okay, we've gone through that. Yeah. Your opponent, we still don't know who that's going to be. But now we're going to the walkout music, mate. We've been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So much. Time flies when we're having so much fun in here. Let's go, mate. Oh, hang on, wrong channel here. Walkout music. What do we got?
So
have you chosen? You don't have to tell me.
There's a couple in the mix.
Yeah.
So I need my phone for this one. Well, my friend is a DJ, so I'll shout him out. Luca Mancini.
Luca Mancini?
Yeah, so he's just started doing some DJing since he's returned from Europe.
So frolicking over there.
Yeah.
So he is going to make you your own track.
So he was doing one for me. I don't know what. I think he still has it there. So I'm waiting to just find out what's happening. But
he's going to mix up a couple of tracks.
Yeah. But the thing is, I want a song that's going to make everyone in that room ready.
Get ready to go.
And obviously, you can only use a certain song that everyone knows. You can't mix it up.
Oh, Jesus. This is going to be good. Yeah.
So I'll give you a hint.
Just give me a hint. See if I can guess this one.
All right. So the artist is a well-known artist, rapper.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Okay. My rapping was old Run DMC days, mate. So
the person is going to be Kanye West.
Has he moved to Australia?
Yeah.
Really? When did that happen?
This year, I believe, and people reckon he's a clone.
I love a good conspiracy theory. Kanye had some hits.
He did.
He had some hits back in the day. Had some garbage, but he had some quality, didn't he?
Yeah.
Gold Digger still. Incredible song.
I know.
What's he doing now?
Who knows?
He's off the planet.
He's trying to be like a gospel person.
Really?
Yeah. But he's very involved with Travis Scott's music as well nowadays.
He's a producer, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't he? He's married to an Australian girl, is that right?
Yeah.
That's why he's moving back here.
Yeah.
Imagine him. Imagine living next door to him. Oh, you'd definitely be going to parties, wouldn't you? You'd get it so sweet. Oh, mow your lawn, Mr. Kanye.
If that's the real him, that's the question.
They reckon it's a clone.
They reckon it's so if you...
Tell me it's conspiracy.
There's a bit of facial structure. So Travis Scott released an album not so long ago. They had a festival in Europe, and he came out, and he just looked not the same as he used to. His head looked a bit longer. his body structure
People change.
Yeah.
People change. People look different.
But from a year? A whole year.
Yeah. Well, think about how different you look now
that's
than
true.
you did. 10 kilos does a lot to people.
And then people went into like, this freckle is in the wrong spot. This tattoo doesn't look real.
Oh, okay. You can't move tattoos.
So that's the thing. The
But then
TikTokers.
but then again, what a way to stay relevant is by just, getting a bit of makeup and putting it on tattoo and then putting it on the other arm like with a pen.
But the big thing where this conspiracy came from is just before he supposedly moved here, he said, if I go missing and I come back, best believe I'm a clone because of the you-know-whos, meaning the Illuminati.
So good. I've been reading about the Illuminati, by the way.
Yeah.
There was a girl that came in and sat here. Her nickname was the Peaky Blind. Gemma Standen was her name. She was here and she went into and she spoke to her for about 3 hours about the Illuminati.
Wow.
Yeah, all the powerful people doing all that stuff. So that's it. People think that he's a clone.
So because he went missing, he went off the radar for about 6 months, and then all of a sudden he lived in Australia.
So is he here now, is he?
Yeah. So he said that and then went missing and now he's back.
Really? I read something about Putin today as well, saying that because he doesn't look well.
Yeah.
He doesn't look well. He's got a bit on his plate as well.
Yeah.
Just a touch. I don't, but people change. People's face change.
That's true.
Think about a haircut. Think about a face full of makeup.
Yeah.
Think about what, I'm not saying your missus, but think about what like a girl looks like. And then, we've seen those TikTok videos where a girl gets a face full of makeup and looks like a completely different person. A girl put teeth in. Yeah. Isn't that one in the trailer park?
That's true. That's true.
Too much time on TikTok. Maybe. But it's also a way to stay relevant.
Yeah.
I said that about Avril Lavigne as well. I reckon she's a clone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
We should do a conspiracy theory show, mate. Let's talk about the most outrageous conspiracy theories.
You should have spoken to me when I was 18. Oh, my goodness. You should have seen my YouTube history, all the conspiracies I was watching. Are you into it? I used to be. Yeah.
Is there any that you truly believe?
The moon landing.
You don't reckon that's real?
Yep.
I like it. Yeah.
And then I was quite into the 9/11 conspiracies. I was very into that.
Some of that was questionable. I must admit, some of that was very questionable. Still, where were you when that happened?
In South Africa. I remember my parents were glued to the TV. I was like, what's going on? And they showed me and I was like, oh, wow, okay.
It's real.
That's happening.
Madness, wasn't it? Jesus.
But the thing that was all over the news. And I was like, yeah, I believe it. And then I started seeing these Netflix documentaries come out and I was like, I need to watch a bit more of this to see what's going on.
I think a friend of mine once told me, and he was right, he goes, I think we give governments more credit than they deserve with their intelligence.
Yeah.
Being able to orchestrate something, because you can put maybe one or two pieces of something together and it makes sense. But for some conspiracies, there needs to be about 15 pieces of information line up absolutely. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's improbable.
What about the cartoons that matches everything?
The cartoons?
Have you seen it?
No? What's
about
that?
The Simpsons.
Oh, about the predicting the future.
Yeah.
But that they have episodes covering so much. They've got 35 years of predictions. People go, yeah, the Simpsons predicted this. But what about the million things that they had on their show they didn't predict? We're focusing on the wrong thing.
I know, but it's still crazy that some of the stuff that happened there actually happened in real life. In the future. Yeah.
That bit where Trump's coming down the escalators and does that.
Yep.
That was good. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
I was talking to Alex about this yesterday.
Yeah.
You do?
No, I do not.
I do.
You do?
I do. I had an encounter. I won't go into it because I mentioned it yesterday, but I had an encounter with one I had an encounter with something in the UK.
My friend did as well.
Never seen one though.
Yeah.
I felt one. One grabbed my hand. I know. It's really weird. Well, a lady that came in here last year, Jenna Greer, she was talking about when she lost her grandma, and she's actually been talking and things like the lights flicker and all that. And she was saying her name in here, and I say, no, don't bring that shit into my house.
No,
I'm not scared.
no.
Nothing against your grandma. I just don't need that.
I just feel like if that ever happened to me, I'm out. See you later.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. Enough dramas.
Yeah.
Okay, back to it. Your nickname. What do we got?
Yeah, so Razor Ray.
Razor Ray. You put that straight in.
Yeah.
Razor Ray. Was he WWE?
Yes, he was.
He was. Razor Ramon?
Yeah.
That's it. Let's have a look at this guy. Razor Ramon, WWE. When did you get into the WWE?
Ooh.
Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. Jesus.
Yep.
That guy's aged.
Yep, he has.
Oh, my God.
Probably steroids.
Oh, yeah.
2003. 2003 is when I started getting into WWE.
Okay, so not back in the WWF days.
No, but my granddad.
Check out.
Oh, I see the cards. My granddad had recordings, tapes of the WWF, and we used to watch that too.
Back in the day, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I watched. This is my claim to fame. It was about a week delayed. I watched WrestleMania 1.
Wow.
I know. That's
Wow.
it. First fight I ever watched was when Hulk Hogan first person ever to break the camel clutch from the Iron Sheik, 1984, where he took the belt. This here, my son found these. Look at the state of some of these cards. What's the year on these?
Oh, wow.
So these are WWF.
Yeah, right. So I've got 2007 and 1986.
86.
Yeah. So I've got 2007 and 2008, 2009 folders of all the WWE cards. That's how much I was into it.
I've got the figure, the rubber figures?
Yeah,
the old rubber figures that used to throw around the house and break absolutely everything.
I bought myself a cage as well so I can play like I'm them. Because I'm my only child. That's the only way I could entertain myself is have them in a cage fight, because I can't fight against anyone else. I'd make them fight.
What do you think of people who give wrestling fans a hard time?
I think it's silly. Like, if you think about it, there's so much stuff that those people watch on TV that's acting.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones.
Yes.
People go, love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You do dragons. There's no dragons around here.
The thing is, sure, WWE are people acting, but they still put their bodies on the line. Like, if you tried jump off a top rope onto someone, you're still going to have physical impact on ribcage to ribcage. There's still some injuries that do happen. If you watch, yet again, going back to the Paul brothers, Logan Paul had a WWE fight not so long ago.
So he came off the top rope onto that table?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened to him there?
He split onto the ropes, and then the guy still flipped him over onto the table.
They're so athletic now. It never used to be like that.
No.
Like everything now is like massive cartwheels and backflips and
still staying professional during errors is amazing.
Who was the one that came through the cage and got slammed? The Undertaker slammed
Foley.
Mick Foley.
Yeah.
That was it. Is that one of the greatest fights of all time?
I reckon it is. I actually watched the top 10 the other day. It came on KO, and I watched it. I was like, oh, why not? And yeah, that was because he actually got injured when he went through the roof onto the thing and got stretchered off and ran back just to finish the fight.
Unbelievable. And what kind of injuries would he have had?
He would have, who knows, because he landed straight on his side of his back. So
and he's a big
guy. Boy. So
Jesus,
they just got up and said, I need to finish this fight or else this is going to be bad. Fans are going to hate it.
Yeah. I remember watching the Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Savage.
Macho Man.
One of the greatest Macho Man. Do you know he was Macho Man's brother? Do you remember Lenny Poffo?
Nah.
Okay. I only found out those. I should have known those two were brothers.
Wow.
Anyway, what are we talking about here going on? So, let's get back onto this. You can see why it goes so long.
Yeah.
Something I do ask nowadays is after it's all over, there's going to be a bit of a come down. Obviously, you've got people like Jason who you can consult on how to deal with that kind of stuff. But are you ready for the come down? Have you got something that's going to be able to get you through it?
So with the come down, like, do you mean physically, mentally?
Just everything. I think it's because this is such a focal point and everyone has such a massive build-up for this one event. Often people will feel lost the next day because they don't have anything, whether that's due to coming down off a big night on the alcohol or something. Yeah. But I know a lot of people do maybe struggle a touch mentally because they're not prepared for what's coming next. Yeah. Have you got anything in place?
Well, so I'm not thinking about winning or losing. I don't really care. The thing is, I think I deserve like a little week break, maybe just get some rest for a week, and then I'm probably just going to go back into my Muay Thai training, go back into that, keep active by doing that, maybe even do a fight through that. So I've got already some future things that I'm thinking about. So win or lose, I'm quite strong in my mental stability that I think I'll be fine. Win or lose. Obviously, my friends will give me a little bit of shit, but I'll just tell them to get in the ring then. You do it. Yeah.
It's very easy to mouth off.
Yeah, no, I think just by having a little bit of a rest week, obviously I'll still go back to work that week, but yeah, I think rest will be important. Just having a bit of mindfulness, maybe go, because I've been doing some ice bath and sauna, maybe do that twice that week, just for some recovery, and then back into it.
As long as you've got something in place, mate, to take you out.
Yeah.
And are you happy with where you are right now?
Yes, I am.
Hang on, give me a sec, mate. Did someone take care of that blood? Can you hear that cat?
Yeah.
Bloody cat.
Yeah. My cat, oh my goodness, this one morning at 3 a.m., have you ever heard your cat go like, hello, hello, hello?
No.
Oh, my cat says hello. So...
Does your cat lose its nut like it's just had a hit of meth
Yeah.
at about 2 in the morning?
So, have you ever heard them about a fight and it sounds like a baby crying? No? Okay.
When cats are about to fight?
Yes.
I read that cats, like, historically haven't been able to meow. They learnt that because they realised they learnt it off babies to replicate? Is that the right word? What a baby's noise to get attention.
So
that's true or not?
I think it is because
sounds legit.
There was our neighbour's cat came into our house at 3 a.m. Never comes into our house ever, and was eating our cat's food, which is right next to our bedroom. And all of a sudden, I hear this baby crying, and I'm deep in sleep, and I wake up and I'm like, "Is this it? Is this?" The devil. Why is there a baby crying inside the house? So I walked out there and I'm like shitting myself, and I go out and I see another cat, and they were like, my cat was down here, the other cat was up here.
About to fight?
About to fight.
Oh, Jesus.
And the noise it was making scared me so much, and I was like, wait, why is there a random cat in here? Luckily, I got there in time, took my cat away, and just went like the normal cat noise that everyone, that cats hate is the kss.
Oh, yeah.
And that cat just sprinted out. But at 3 a.m., thinking it's a baby crying in your house, and it's just you and me and my girlfriend.
And that's it.
I was like, oh, my goodness, I'm out.
They do make a weird noise, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not normal to have a cat.
Yeah.
I didn't get that cat by choice.
Neither. Our cat just joined our house.
Really?
Yeah, so it was actually the neighbour before the new neighbour. Aboriginal family. Got the cat as a kitten. Kitten decided he's gonna jump over and become ours, and we had to make sure it's okay with that family. And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Did you feed it?
Yeah.
Once you feed it once, it is over.
Yeah.
They just keep coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, we pretty much got given a cat because they didn't want the cat anymore, and the cat wanted us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now the cat just runs the house.
Yep.
Cats are assholes.
Bring some rats sometimes. Oh, my goodness. It looks like a murder scene down the hallway.
This one doesn't go outside.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an inside cat.
Yeah.
So it just sits there and claws the crap out of everything in the house. I know. Bloody cats. Anyway, how do we get on to cats? I've gone WWE. Oh, yeah, that's right. Things are scratching the hell out of the door. That's about it, mate.
Yeah.
2 hours 20.
Amazing.
Jesus. I gotta stay on topic. I gotta get. I thought I'd be better at this by now. I'm not.
No,
I'm getting worse.
The thing is, you keep conversations going, which is great, because or else it feels like an interview.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be here for 2 hours, 20 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know how we do it.
After sending you maybe like a half a page of things, I
That
thought
was
that's what we're
good.
going to go through, yeah.
You gave me some good information there. Yeah, it does go off on tangents. It should
Yeah.
be more structured.
Oh,
I was
it's
thinking
fine.
about doing it more structured, but then it's quite sterile.
This is more like a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is a good thing.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
The numbers are questionable sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know. It just, for a podcast, it's you two people just sitting around having a chat. Yeah. Whilst the interviews, all right, what is your next plan? I don't know.
I did have some questions in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Sort of asked them. Anyhow, that's all right.
But it all linked in, which is perfect.
Well, I hope people have enjoyed listening to all this kind of stuff. We haven't bagged out cable-wise like we normally do. So I tried to get you to say it, but no one will say it.
I will not say it.
In case you're fighting him.
Yeah.
Jeez, can you imagine
Oh,
that?
if we're fighting each other, yeah.
Oh,
I'll say it then.
of course. Come back in. Wear a shirt that says it across the front of it. Mate, thank you very much for coming in today. Wednesday the 6th of September. You've come in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Love it. A month out. Mate, I want to wish you all the best for the remaining 4 weeks. 4 weeks and 3 days of your training session.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you in there on the night, whoever your opponent is.
Yeah.
I'll see you at training very soon anyway, mate. But I want to wish you all the best for the last few weeks.
Thank you
and
very much.
after it's finished, always welcome. Come back in here for another chat.
Will do.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
See you, bye.
Bye.